Are you ready, kids?
Aye, copyright.
I should have left my pen in the other room.
Noing.
What was that?
That was horrible.
That was just painful.
All right, I'm
Press-
stopping the recording. I am
Press
deleting
square.
everything.
Press X.
I'm recording.
It's okay. It's okay. That was a warm up, all right? We do this weekly.
Yeah, a 7-minute.
Am I hitting record now?
All right. There doesn't seem to be an intro here. Let's just move on. Hey there, people. How many intros are going to do? I'm going to go for a fourth one.
Welcome
I'm going
to
to
the
go for a fourth intro. This is not our fifth time trying to intro it because we can't seem to figure it out.
Intros.
Oh, dude. I did the intro last week. Somebody else come up with something witty.
That's
Wait,
it. You want an intro bit? Fucking start.
So anyway, we watched One Piece this week.
All right, so Wapple's back, kids, and with him are two fused together goons, but they're kind of defeated easily, so don't worry about it. During the fight, we learn of Chopper's research into the Zoan fruit transformations. Normally only having 3, he developed a drug that allows him to perform 7. After being invited to join the crew, Chopper explains that he doesn't believe a monster like himself is worthy of such a thing. Nonsense! Main guy Luffy here is having none of it and forces Chopper to join. New member added. Here we go. Doctor on board, everybody. Hell yeah. Dr. Correa at first seems to hate the notion of her pupil going off and sailing the high seas, but we learn she really just doesn't like goodbyes. Right before Chopper has left the island, she sends our boy off with a fitting farewell. Using the chemical that Hirolock invented, she makes cherry blossoms bloom right there on the winter island, and man, is it a sight. With such a beautiful send-off, Chopper looks back on his homeland memories, and off he goes on his new pirate adventures. To be continued, baby. This is the worst intro of all intros.
All right. So it may or may not be the case that whoever wrote this was drunk at the time.
So we have a little bit of episode 1 in this week.
Yeah.
So that
Are we all hungover all of a sudden? Is that
so
why
that script may or may not be from an inebriated individual.
That explains. Doctor on board, everybody. Yeah. Here we go.
I read it as listed.
So was the medicine that Chopper ate, was that made of glass? Because it sounded like glass when he chewed on
It was
it.
a jawbreaker.
What is Jawbreaker?
It's like a candy.
Yeah.
It sounded like glass shattering when he bit into
That's
it.
usually how it goes.
That's for
when
effect.
6-year-old kids bite into jawbreakers and break all their teeth. Yeah.
It really reminded me of Choji's ability from Naruto when he ate those pills or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Made him like super skinny and burn a lot of chakra and shit. That's eerily, that's all I could think of the entire time when I watched him, like constantly. It was unique seeing his fighting style transforming into all the different little.
Yeah, and I actually want to ask you, Devin. So were you aware until this episode made it clear for you that the way Zoans worked was that they only had 3 transformations?
No, I wasn't aware of that until they pointed it out.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure, because I noticed that they took the time to be like, yeah, Zoan types only have 3 transformations. And I'm like, I'm not positive. I think this is the first time they've mentioned that. So normally, the reason why that scene's important is because normally they recognize that a Zoan type will predominantly have their normal form, which is what their form was before they ate the fruit. They'll have a hybrid form, which is like the in-between. And then they'll have like a full-blown, it is the full version of the creature that they ate. So in Chopper's case, it's funny, when he's a deer walking on all 4s, that's actually his default form. And then when he's the cute Chopper that we see see him all the time in, that's his hybrid form. And then the big guy is his human form. Whereas like Dalton is whatever. And
have we seen all 3 of Dalton's?
We've only seen 2.
Right?
We have seen all 3.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
There was
his default is human, obviously.
It's human, his full ox, and then there's a half one where he's still standing and ox.
Yeah, that's really the only difference he's got. So it's, I want to make sure it's kind of clear, because like the way Zoans work is that it really is a hard 3 transformations. You don't really get to like turn just your arm into your animal, if that makes sense.
All right, the Rumble Ball. He's a genius doctor apparently, because Zoan users can only use 3, and as far as I know, try not to spoil it if you know. But I don't think there's any other people who can do that. Use more than 3.
I won't say anything, but I can answer that.
So that means
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question.
The answer might surprise you.
I feel like it might, but I'm not as far into the series as you are, so I wouldn't. And it would know. Yeah, the 20 MDs came through and they were like, "We need to help Dalton," and then they gave him surgery and they were like, "You can't walk," and Dalton's, "No, I must go help. I must go defeat Walpole."
I must walk.
Because the man can barely walk. He's out here trying to defeat Walpole, and then Usopp tries to carry his ass all the way up the mountain.
All 2 feet.
Just saying, the goat, the absolute goat.
He tried it, and
He took the initiative.
And then you know what? And then he like pretends to be unable to bring him up the mountain and stuff like that, so that Zoro could have a flex. I feel it. I'm just
He pretended.
He was about to
You're right.
serious power.
yeah, he didn't want to unleash.
I like that.
His whole
I like that
load.
he plays along too. Dalton's like, you know what? Maybe this kid is stronger than he looks, and he hops on.
He didn't say much either. He's like,
No,
okay,
he says nothing. He stares at him and goes, "Is he? All right, you know what? I'm too on my deathbed for this." It just hops on. You know, maybe it'll work out, and then it does
It's
because
like,
he still gets a ride up.
No, because before that, he's like, "We're not making any progress." He does say something specific about it when he's riding on Usopp. He's like, "We're not really making any progress."
Initially,
And then-
he's like, "Yeah, nothing's happening here." And then Zoro's like, I guess I got to do something finally in this arc." And he picks up Dalton with one hand.
Okay, so they followed Zoro. They didn't follow Usopp.
Well, you know, Usopp gave Zoro the opportunity to flex.
You're right.
Yeah.
We saw this.
Yeah,
And Zoro's really strong because he no effort.
He did it with
Oh,
one
no,
arm.
he
One arm.
One arm.
He
That
picked-
man, like over the shoulder, he was like,
He
"All right,
picked
come
him
on."
up like a sack of potatoes and said,
I
"Let's
know.
go."
And Dalton sits there like a sack of potatoes too. He doesn't say shit. He doesn't go like, "Oh my god, this guy just picked me up with one arm." He's just there. Like he might as well have just passed out. Like he's just dead. It's just over his shoulder, not saying a word.
He doesn't look back up to Zoro and be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you've got the you're pretty strong." He's just, "All right. Well, I know we'll make it. So I'll just take a nap, I guess."
I think my favorite part about the whole like travel for them going up, Barrel Mountain or whatever the hell it's called, Drum Mountain. My thought, were they gonna do something with that? Was he gonna blow up? What?
Yes, he was gonna run and blast him.
Absolutely.
Run him? Okay.
Well, he had to save his strength.
In his condition, maybe not. All right. But
Yeah, more like crawl like slowly and then die on the way. Then
No, he's got arms. You can still check him.
Speaking of crawling, we'll divulge here for a second to Sanji, the crawler I made in COD Zombies that one time.
Because you wanted to do all the
Because I needed to go upgrade my perks and get my gun pack a
he wanted
punch.
to upgrade that ray gun.
He
gotta put that ray gun,
so fast.
gotta find all the Easter eggs, gotta open up all the alleyways.
God.
He's gonna spend all his money on that mystery box.
Yeah, and Sanji went beelined.
And then he catches up with Nami. Then Nami just stomps him right in the face.
He walks up to her. He walks up to her all weird and creepy. He's just crawling like a spider.
Someone really needs to just put that scene where he's crawling really quickly and just put the audio from Call of Duty, like with the Nazi zombies, the or whatever the fuck the noise they make.
Yeah,
just make that noise as he's crawling. That would be great.
That happened after she came out of the bedroom and shit like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
When Wapple
she was in the main area of the castle after being chased by Wapple.
I really liked that stupid bit when she first showed up, and then she's like, "Wait, that guy? Who the fuck is that? He looks like a bad guy." And as soon as he starts calling her out as distraught, and she's just like, "No, I never heard of him. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about."
I'm just passing through.
Yeah, Wapple spots Nami, and he asks, "Are you part of the Straw Hat crew?" And she immediately, quick witted. Wait, who? Who's man?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm just a traveler, all right?
I'm just traveling.
And Wapple goes, my bad. Climbs up the post, and you think everything's going all right. And then he goes, "You thought I'd fall for that? Get out of here."
and then Luffy comes out of nowhere or whatever, like decks him in the face or cuts him off or whatever. And
well, this is before the second most important thing that happens in these 4 episodes.
Let's just ignore it. Let's not talk about it.
I'm gonna talk
we
about
gotta
it.
talk about Wapple eating himself.
He eats himself.
Turns himself into a bucket.
Yeah, so Wapple's kind of useless in these episodes. He really does nothing but a giant
He's a bit
gag
machine. That's all he is. He's a bit
They
They
machine.
really
Any-
reinforce it.
Anytime he goes, "I've got you, Straw Hat," Luffy goes, "Huh? I'm behind you."
And
That was a giant
then
joke.
they go upstairs and like there's a cannon there, and he's like, "You're dead now." And
I was so pissed off about that. I was like, oh, cool. They're going to show some like cool ass weaponry. Maybe he eats the gun, turns into a bigger gun. Nope. Click, misfire. Nothing happens. And I'm like, what is this show?
They took the cannons out.
What happened to the last episodes of awesomeness? We're resulting to this now.
let's just all be thankful that we never have to fucking deal with Wapple again. All right, let's just
Yeah,
all
we should be happy about
that.
this.
He's gone. He was like a bad night, a bad memory.
It
We
was
got
such an
Chopper out of the
underwhelming
deal.
It was so underwhelming.
It wasn't even
That
a
wasn't
fight.
a fight.
It was
It
a
wasn't a
gag.
fight.
It was not a fight. It was not equal in
I
any
wouldn't even
form.
call it a
So-
fight. It was just Luffy chasing Wapple around like this is Looney
If-
Tunes.
Yeah, if I were to equate it to something, it'd be like those Mafia Boss or Mafia City commercials or whatever they're called, where they have those level 35 goons and then the level 100 boss. Luffy was the level 100 here, and Wapple was like the level 10 goon.
The level 10 pizza guy
Oh my
that
god!
falls over on his motorbike but finds a stack of cash.
Yeah, so let's just not worry about Wapple. Let's rank that guy last later.
He is so bottom of the barrel. My
He's eating the barrel. He's at the bottom.
he's eating.
He's eating it. He
His
is the
mouth
barrel.
eating it. Barrel.
So much that he's making the barrel deeper by technicality.
He is the barrel.
He is.
So we have quite a bit to discuss here. So let's just keep it moving.
Yeah, let's get to
Chopper joins
the important.
Chopper joins the group, but before that, he really doesn't want to.
No, he doesn't. And
He
honestly,
goes-
like I can't
He just
blame him.
keeps saying his blue nose, and it's like Jesus.
I'm a
My guy.
reindeer. You can't possibly want me as
Mhm.
a friend.
Mm-hmm. He's still not like super
So sad.
trusting. He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anyone other than Dr.
He's
Correa. and
afraid
Dr.
of
Hero.
rejection is really what it is.
He's
He
afraid
doesn't
of
want to
rejection.
be. Yeah, the reality of it is that he's afraid of a rejection. And so like the fact that he's like coming up with his own excuses for why he shouldn't be liked is showing clear signs of why he's afraid of it. He's afraid of being attached or being at first of that moment. Because he's been rejected so many times, it's just what he's known. He's just expecting it, and so when he's finally open-handed, accepted, it's it hits him hard.
I
Takes a
feel
minute.
that.
It's an adjustment
then-
period.
And then Luffy just tells him, "Shut up, get on the boat."
That was
I was gonna say, Devin, can I say it for you? Can I say it for you? Isn't it just lovely how Luffy always comes back to no? Do what I say. Zoro was just kind of along for the ride. He was just there.
He was getting triggered. All right, he said, This is how he joined. This is how he made me join."
Wait a second. He's like the flash moment of where he realizes the math to it. He's like, this is how he's doing it. He just doesn't listen. Why didn't I see this before?
He just fucking bothers you until
Luffy
you
himself, when he goes like, "Shut up, let's go," is like, my charm should have worked already. Just stop. Just stop resisting. Break already.
And he breaks too. He breaks so good.
I already beat the bad guy and told you I'm a monster. Just like you.
What else do you want?
I even had Sanji give you the line. I fed that line to him. People don't know that.
I gave him the card.
This is all pre-orchestrated. Everyth's been going according to plan.
We knew you the whole time before we even came to this island.
We know about you.
Jokes on us. Luffy's actually the smartest guy on the planet. He's just so good at manipulating
remind
people
everyone, too,
with
that-
idiocy that the opposite effect happens.
I've been saying this since the beginning.
God damn it.
It is the biggest brain
His
play.
actions are never random. All right, they're always planned out somehow.
It's not that they're planned out. It's just that he has like an ungodly.
Except when he thought that Chopper was going to shoot a
luck
beam.
skill times like 30.
Right, super beam. So yeah, that beam. Remember,
Hyper
Chopper
beam.
used the beam.
Beam.
I
So-
saw that in your
Hyper
talking
beam.
point. The chopper.
So during the fight, Chopper goes, I've been avoiding you, but I've also been analyzing you like a robot, trying to find your weakness. And then we get like a Matrix scene where all the code comes together and he like points.
I don't know about a matrix but I'm with you. Yeah.
There's a lot of
It was
code
a
on the
mixture of,
screen.
like,
He's like American.
in my brain, I was like, it's a mixture of like like a lot of like the Matrix, but Kiko Ho from Dragon Ball Z. Like I was waiting for him to like say something like that and shoot a laser out. Like I would have died if a laser actually came.
It would have
out
been
of him.
it would have been really fitting if Chopper had a scouter at that exact moment, because that's how it felt like.
What is this?
just pops out.
There's that bit with like Luffy where he does believe he's gonna fucking shoot a laser when he's like going down there, and then when Chopper like gets done transforming into like all of his different forms and beating the bad guy or whatever, and then Luffy's just like literally on the ground sobbing or whatever, and then Korea looks back to Sanji. She's like, "Dude, is your buddy okay?" And he's like, "There's only so much happiness that a man can take." From
I wrote that down. I wrote that down as one of my quotes for this week.
Well, also between that point though, like when he's watching like so intently, that's where we see slowly Wapol sneaking away, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how the fuck does a factory sneak?
No,
I'm like, snow crunches when you.
All right, Devin,
counted
let me.
5 people.
He sort of broke the fourth wall here, right? You know that thing you hate where everybody's just staring at two goons fighting, like they throw one punch over, goes like, one punch. Yeah, he took advantage of that. He said, "No one's paying attention to me. Let me just walk over here."
I know, but I'm just sitting there going like, what the fuck?
They
all respect the
unquote,
1v1s.
they quote unquote undermine your expectations because he gets that real serious face and he goes, "This is my chance," and you think he's gonna like sucker punch Luffy, and then it cuts to the wide of him sneaking behind Sanji and Kureha into the castle. It's like, you know what? I don't know why I expected him to actually fight. That's not in the cards for Wapol.
No, they said that right from the beginning. They said, "Don't worry about this guy. He is throwaway."
Yeah.
He is only here to have some threat on this island. He won't be a good threat, but he'll be there. He'll exist.
So when Chopper does eventually join the crew, the thing cuts to the credits, right? And then in between, those things are called eye catchers, where they have the little tune, and then the bounty poster comes up.
Yeah.
They finally added Chopper's little thing, and he's also in the picture in the back where them standing across the shore.
Yeah,
Right, I saw that too. I always appreciated the little cuts in between, because like they each have their own little jingle depending on who's getting more focus in the episode.
Yep. So Dr. K is a GOAT. All right, she's gonna be my nominee for this golden AM later.
Oh,
but
spoiler.
Chopper goes to tell her, "I'm gonna join the crew," and she immediately goes, "Who?
You? Say what?
They invited you? You're leaving me? No. I taught you everything you know. You don't get to leave.
You owe me for all of the favors I've given you in life, kid. You don't just get to leave. You have to be my assistant."
See, that's a toxic relationship. I'm glad he left.
But then we learn she really cared and was pushing him away.
Yeah,
exactly like
what
the
doctor. Give this poor kid a proper send off.
Yeah, so we've made it here. I wanna talk about that. So do we have thoughts? Was that a satisfying big reveal?
I have a thought.
That she cared.
No.
The
my
cherry
thought
blossom.
My thoughts on the cherry blossom.
Got it.
So, Dr. Hyrulik's idea of let's make everyone smile was polluting the island.
It's not pollution.
I don't
What's the difference between
it's the equivalent of food coloring? What are you talking
about? It's like radiation.
It's advanced food coloring.
It's food coloring for snow. That's like literally how they explained it.
Yeah, it's literally just pink snow. That's all. They literally all they do is change the color of the snow to make it look like a cherry blossom.
I my first thought was like, I was like, oh cool, so we're just gonna use pollution to solve everyone's sadness.
Yeah, but it's colorful pollution.
The difference is it's not black soot like actual radioactive
not gonna
waste.
give you black lung or anything
that we know of. We don't go back to this island. What if everyone dies? We don't know.
Well, that's not our problem anymore.
Yeah, we don't worry about it.
Sadness is cured, guys. Woo!
Well, I'm gonna give this fun fact anyway. I was hoping it would hit a little better than that reaction.
Oh no,
I enjoyed it.
He's the only one who has this problem. I loved it.
Don't get me wrong. I thought it was pretty. That was my first thought when I was like, oh, so we're solving this by polluting the island.
Obviously, Hiruluk knows that Sakura plants and trees can't actually bloom here. So what's the next best thing?
You just
I don't know. He figured it out.
a fake one, I guess. But fun fact for this
An
section.
illusion.
So Oda actually got the idea for the big cherry blossom thing. So the storyboarding for Drum was mostly predominantly done in advance. Like the island was already designed with the big, drum fucking mountains and shit like that, and like all the characters were already storyboarded. But they were like halfway through like the I think they released the first chapter of the backstory for Chopper, and Oda still didn't know how he was going to resolve the big, but I'm going to bring cherry blossoms to fucking Drum Kingdom.
He wrote himself into a corner.
He did. He wrote us, and then one of his fucking editors had the idea. Well, what if we just like have basically a cherry bomb like in the sky that makes, and then like the mountain is like the trunk, and then he wrote an interview. He was like, "Never in my life."
He looked to his producer next to him. Write that down, right?
So this man,
what was the quote? What did he say in an interview?
No, I don't. I would butcher it anyway. But what he says is like, I've never wanted to like hug or kiss a man more than I wanted to in this fucking moment. He actively says in like other interviews, like if you ever become any of his editors, because he's had like people on his team come and go. He predominantly wants the story to come from his head, and he actually encourages everyone to stick to editing and not putting in their fucking 2 cents. But this one goon from when he was still writing Drum came in with that one idea, and he's still pissed that he didn't come up with it first. Like to this day. But he's like, God, that's fucking brilliant.
God, genius. Son of a.
That was great.
You know what? You're in charge now. You write the
Here.
One Piece.
Oda's not a real name. Oda's a
You decide
title.
what the One Piece. Oda's consulting that guy right now to ask what the One Piece is. Truly, at the end.
Oh, dude, I'm serious. I thought it was so funny when I first heard about it. I was like, dude, this man literally was halfway releasing, not even just storyboarding, but releasing the fucking arc, starting the backstory. He knew he wanted his dream to be to bring cherry blossoms to the island, but he had no idea how he was going to bring them.
I feel like that's just like a story writing problem in general. Like, don't get me wrong, I've suffered from that exact same problem when it came to running D&D, where it's like, all right, I know what I want to do. I want to do this. Oh shit, what's next? Like, I'll have like a simple note written down, and it's like one note. It's this like sexy goblin question mark. Like, that's it. And I'll run the game, so I know exactly what he feels in that moment.
I just love that little story. All right, that's what I got for you.
This was also the scene, I believe, where we discovered that the dude can talk to animals.
I thought that was awesome.
very
When we
shortly
bring
after.
Karu back. Remember
After
that?
being revealed frozen in the river instantaneously.
And then Zoro fucking roasts this duck, dude. He goes like, wow, what a fucking duck. Where the hell have you been this whole fucking time? Or whatever the hell he said, I don't even remember. And then Karu just goes like, wah, wah. And Chopper
Chopper outs him.
the full rundown. Yeah, he jumped into the water because he saw the green-haired swordsman guy jump in and he didn't see him come out, so he was worried that he was going to drown in there. Now he's like, you fucking dickhead.
You asshole.
I love it. Yeah, and then we also got to love the fact that they've now opened up the Pandora's box of they will now be able to talk with every
Mhm.
I
creature
love it.
in the world
I love it
instead
so
of
much.
just the ones that seem to have intelligence. And like,
And
you know how like Luffy would do that thing like with Shushu and other animals where he would know what they're saying by like
he feels it.
No. Now they just literally can talk to animals because they have Chopper.
Yep. They also discovered that the little dude was also a doctor, not knowing beforehand.
Yeah.
Why
They're just
he
like,
was
oh
joining.
yeah, it's spare food.
I mean, how do you do?
Well, yeah, he cared for Nami, but literally everybody else didn't realize he was a doctor. They were just like, oh, it's a reindeer that can transform and punch things. Cool. That's awesome.
I mean, I would be on board with that too, to be completely honest with you.
A cool reindeer.
That's a cool fucking
reindeer.
reindeer, dude. Don't even need the backstory. Just a talking, transforming reindeer monster. That's fucking
Mhm.
sick.
In, I believe, episode 90, 91, I think it was 91, right? We get the end of the arcs. And I've said before that this is when they do a lot of exposition dump.
Holy shit.
In these in-between arcs.
Before we talk about it, I just want to say, golly, they dropped a lot of shit in a very small
Yeah, they
amount
did.
of time.
They do.
Uh-huh.
They really hit you.
Yeah, who the fuck is Ace?
Wow.
Okay, so you know, don't skip the
I looked
order
at
here,
this
right?
going like,
That's 91.
oh, my bad.
Wait, was 91 also where they did the
Yeah,
Baroque
yeah,
work breakdown?
Yes, they
Alright,
do a
never mind.
lot of things.
All the stuff that
All of it's 91.
Because
Yeah.
88 is the Chopper versus the dual goons. 89 is just finishing off
89
Wapple and getting him the
zombies.
fuck out of here.
90 he
then
joins,
90 he joins,
and
then
91 is when they're starting sailing and they start info dumping.
Yeah.
So let's go in order here. They have flashbacks of the Holy Land, Mary Joyce.
Marie Joie.
Is that what it is? How you pronounce it?
It actually is pronounced Marie Joie, but
Is that French?
it's
It
funny
sounds
because like
very
it's
French.
been Mary Joie for the better part of 15 years. But remember when I told you that Raftel is now Laughtail? Similarly, they came out with a official. I say this like 6 times because they keep fucking changing the official pronunciation. It is Mary Joisie, but
What?
it's Mary Joie. I think is still fine. It was the original official before they fucking changed it. Similarly to how
goddamn mind.
I know. Similarly to how Raftel is Laughtail,
I'll just call it the Holy Land. Why don't I even bother with the last part?
Watch out for those Deus
the Holy
Volters.
Land of Mary Joie.
They have-
I always call it Mary Joie. I don't care.
In this flashback, they have a scene with all the world leaders coming together and they talk to Dragon. Now, Devin earlier asked who Dragon was, not remembering who he was. Remember that guy who saved Luffy back in Loketown from Smoker?
Yeah.
That's Dragon.
I don't remember
That's
the scene at all with the Holy Land and Dragon. What did I?
Well, the Holy, we don't actually know that that's the name of that. They don't say that in the
They
episode.
do.
They do.
They have a little subtitle on the bottom.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
that.
it starts off. It starts real quick.
I'm lost in context of what we're
Okay,
talking about.
Devin, you're talking about the remember the scene where
Dalton
all of the
backstory.
leaders of the
One
kingdoms are
person.
there? All the leaders of the kingdoms are sitting at the table and they're like, Dragon,
Right, yeah.
Dragon's the problem. That's that they're in the Holy Land of Mary Joie there. They don't explicitly state it. Apparently, it's in a subtitle that we both missed.
Well, no, it's-
right.
okay,
There's
so
I knew it
show
was
the
the Holy
photo of the
Land
guy with a
beforehand.
tattoo on his face and he had
Yes,
hair.
that's
That's
Dragon.
Dragon.
Probably why I didn't realize that's the same, or I didn't recognize him as the same guy is because he had hair in that scene. While in the other
Yes.
one, he had
He was wearing a hood.
Yeah, it was just-
and-
Yeah,
and Loketown.
that. So they mentioned Dragon and they call him a threat to the world.
No,
They also-
I just want to say for these subtitle guys, just so you know, especially when we're on these episodes that are in between, you guys had it too. I know for a fact. Every time you see those like white boxes that are in all Japanese characters, look for the translation on them because it'll tell you stuff that's important, like where you're at or who's talking and like what their bounties are and shit like that.
Do you think
It
I
comes
know?
up a lot when
Mhm.
you're in these like transitional pages. So like,
Apparently you didn't
in
just
the
notice
dub,
this time.
Well, I
And
mean,
dub, they'll
normally
just
I
give you
do.
the
I just
English.
missed it this one time.
It is
Yeah,
quick. I'll say it was a quick one. I had to like go back and make sure I got the
I might
spelling
have
right.
looked away for a second or something, but
I might have
ordinarily I'm
sneezed
good
or
about
something.
reading those.
Right. So this whole like event happens prior, like 10 years prior or something, where Wappo is still in power. I don't know what he's doing there because his kingdom is really small. We also get Vivi's dad. I forget his name. Cobra. So that's a badass name.
Cobra, baby.
And then we get a bunch of random ones, which I don't think any of them come back. They kind of don't.
What do you mean?
A lot of the other world government leaders there.
Oh,
They're just
like
kind of throwaway.
yeah.
I don't recognize any of them.
I think those specific ones are somewhat throwaway. There are other world government leaders,
It's
but
sort of like
I can't-
in the past episode where they had Marine HQ and a lot of those guys don't really pop up again.
Yeah. I think it's a similar situation where like a lot of those goons don't actually like exist full time.
I feel like he hadn't figured out those characters yet, so he hasn't really known what he was going to look like.
Placeholder for
Mhm.
future ideas and shit.
So we get that scene, and then we get a little sneak peek here of a guy named Ace, looking for Blackbeard, hunting Blackbeard down, and looking for Luffy.
So I got 2 questions for I guess I'm only asking one, but I'm asking one person because I guess fucking what's his name already knows. But Devin, number 1,
Mhm.
why do you think he wants to find Blackbeard? And number 2, why do you think he wants to find Luffy?
Well, it was already established that he knows Luffy.
Okay.
I get that point because he made that, he pointed it out. He wants him to meet him there in 10 days, even though technically that was in the past. So Luffy's already late.
Mhm.
Luffy's already
So-
late.
Sure.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming he is either related to Luffy's backstory. So my guess is that he's part of a Shanks's crew. I think that's the guy's name.
Yep.
Redhead guy.
So, yes,
Mm.
yes.
That's
I'm
right.
assuming he's
literally
part of Shanks's crew.
Okay.
Option B. I don't know. That's the best I can go.
That's
Alright.
fine. No, that's
Fair.
the Luffy answer. So why do you
That's
think
a
he's
fair
after
assumption.
Blackbeard?
He only knows one crew of pirates.
Is Blackbeard part of Shanks's crew?
This is a very good question.
don't know
We
that.
don't know a whole
We
lot
don't
about
know that.
Blackbeard yet, do we?
No, we don't know shit. That's the thing. I was like, I can't really make an assessment off it because there's nothing there.
I know.
That's why, like, when I
I
made
want
my
to ask
comment.
you because you don't know.
Well,
That's
the thing is,
why I
like,
want you to try.
well, that's why I screamed earlier. I was like, who the fuck is Ace? And why does he sound so important all of a sudden? We've been here for like
why is he rolling
100 or
up here as
something
if he's,
episodes
like,
already.
a fucking cool ass goon? Get out of here! I don't know who the fuck you are.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's a big gripe with Shonen, and for me, it's like it's like you introduce these amazing looking characters, I guess you could say, or they're supposed to be like, oh, look at this is definitely a backstory character. We got to treat them seriously. And it's like, who the fuck are you?
Okay, so
That's the
just
point.
to keep your mind open here a bit. This show actually does come back and bring back all the cool people that they tease. This is on
I
purpose.
get that. No, I mean, most shows do, like, or shonens do, but like, it's just like this is one of those moments where it's like we've had no precursor to like an Ace guy whatsoever. Like, Yasop, we got that like little hint in there. We know about Shanks. We know about like Kureha or not Kureha. Fuck, I don't remember her name, but like there's characters that do hint back at them, but like this one's just like, here's a brand new character you've never heard about.
Welcome.
He's looking for Luffy, and he also knows him, but Luffy never said anything about it.
If you think back at previous episodes, none of them really tell each other their backstories. They always hear it from someone else.
Mhm.
So you shouldn't really expect anybody to know Luffy because no one knows Luffy's people. Luffy's people never came. The only reason we know anything about Luffy is because he remembered it himself. So they don't have their, like, Nami's sister didn't come out of nowhere. This is also Luffy's backstory because nobody knows who Luffy knows.
I mean, you're right, but it's just like one of those things where it's like we don't know anything about Luffy. Like, we know a little bit, like we got like a little bit like of a small little story just about Shanks. That was more like a backstory about Shanks. It wasn't necessarily about Luffy and who Luffy knows.
I'm glad you noticed who the MVP there was.
I like this take that Devin has about the way that backstory was portrayed to the audience.
I mean, it's meant to show you more about Shanks and like how cool, like, that is, like his, where he was got the impression from. We know nothing about Luffy from when he was that age to current Luffy. And so it's like, so introducing new characters, it's not, foreign, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, how am I supposed to get hype for something that there is no...
Well, you aren't supposed to get hyped. You're supposed to be intrigued.
It's clear.
I want you to know that I am not asking you if you are hyped. I am just simply asking you with a brand new character.
I'm saying because it's the show. The show is technically setting up the hype of, oh, who's this character? What, like the intrigue about it. But I'm just sitting here going, I'm confused. Who the fuck is this character?
Well, that's the point.
I want you to know, Devin, I was satisfied the moment you asked me if Blackbeard was on Shanks's crew, because that just fills me with just absolute joy.
He's going to ask if everybody's on Shanks's crew, to be honest.
I got another big one to throw at you. This is my question. I think Kureha was part of Gold Roger's crew.
Right. So let's talk about that next, because that is the next one. She goes, what about that Goldie Roger? And then face Dalton goes, you mean Gold Roger? And she says, oh, that's his name now?
Fucking Zoomers, am I right?
Changed his name.
Can't have anything nice nowadays.
Right. So I'm going to let Brendan take this over because he knows more than me.
I certainly won't spoil anything because I want everyone here to know I don't know the answer. So the will of D, or the spirit of D, however you fucking translate it, is still a mystery in the series to this day as to what it actually means.
Mm-hmm.
But we now recognize that between Luffy and between Gold Roger, that there are individuals with the middle initial of D. Now, what that actually means and what that means in the grand scheme of the story is still unknown to everyone everyone just speculates, but it's now going to be fun to keep an eye out and, kind of discover the patterns that these characters have between them, because there will be more of them, and there will be a ongoing theme around them, which is kind of fun to slowly pick at and start and theorize like why they're a D, or like where it came from, like where was their lineage in the first place, and this and that. It's all good fun.
My speculation is just to base a theme off of fatalism.
Expand.
Technically. So, to explain what fatalism is, it's almost like where it's like it's not you like the free will is technically not real. You're destined to do something is technically the presence of fatalism. So, for example, people with the middle, for example, so the will of D. So people who have a middle initial of D in this universe, by the rules of fatalism, will achieve greatness, such as Gold Roger and possibly Monkey D. Luffy.
I feel that.
So it's like a theme of fatalism where it's like almost like, oh, it's like, that's why, like, when I saw that, his name was Gold D. Rogers, I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense why Luffy's like hinted as the shonen main protagonist of unlimited power, because he made such he has D in his fucking name. So it's like there's a fatalism aspect to it. So it's really, it's interesting. It's like, okay, cool. So that kind of explains why he's gonna, achieve the goal, is because it's fate. It's fate that Luffy's going to find the One Piece eventually, because it's a show about him finding the One Piece.
So you're Evan, at least you're a believer, because some of us, after all this time, we're not always so sure.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Nobody believes it anymore.
No, I know. Trust me, I agree. But the idea of the show is based off of that, and so
okay. So I'd like to hear your theory on the Dr. K being part of his crew.
Well, she knows his name. That's how it takes. I mean,
not even gonna.
She's old enough, one, to know him, and he's only known for his his pirate name, because people have, like, Blackbeard's probably not his actual name. So
Black D Beard.
Black D Beard. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so since we've also uncovered this one, I'm glad that we have, because now we can really start going into some real fucking memes here, because
Blackbeard D.
Buggy D Clown.
Yeah, Buggy D Clown.
It makes sense. Think about it. It makes sense.
So that's a huge meme in the community. Buggy D Clown is not a meme. That is canon. Anyway,
that is canon.
but putting a lot of like when you get introduced to a character, if like their first name ends with a D, or if like you can easily slide a D in there, you just fucking give everyone fucking insert name D here. It's so fucking good. Buggy D Clown. That's why he's gonna be he's the fucking protagonist. I'm telling you,
Blackbeard,
future king of the pirates. I'll be sitting here.
My only other logic for it is because she's also old enough. Because we already know that the guy who was at the gates of what's it called, the
Twin Cape,
the Grand Line. He was, he probably ran into him, and he's fucking ancient.
He's also
we already have a timeline.
Young 139 though. I mean,
right? But
Goldie Roger was only executed like what, 18 years ago or something?
20 years ago.
Something 20, something like that.
It was 20 years ago. So, like, it's not out of, I mean, she's 139 years old.
39, all right.
Young,
right.
139.
Young 139. So it's not impossible for her. One, she's already exceeded normal human life expectancy. So it's not improbable. She's also, two, super fucking powerful and an alcoholic. So
also, wait a minute. We take her word for that, all right? She could be lying. Let's be honest here. She could be lying about her age.
Wow. What reason would she have to lie about it? She also is trying to get people to ask her for the secret of her youth too. So either this is true, like she actually has the fountain of youth, or this is a really long setup for some bit she's trying to pull off.
Yeah,
nobody has ever asked her what the secret of her youth is. No one's ever taken the bait, and we never know.
She's never got to finish the punchline there.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah,
since
we
we're
get
on
that.
The topic though. We never discussed it last time. But we get flashbacks of Korea before, when Hero Luck was still alive, but now she's adapted her stylization to include a lot more pinkish hues in what do you call it? Memoriam of Hero Luck. Like she has the shirt on that just had Sakura petals on it, and her her jacket and pants are laced with pink stripes and stuff. So she's honoring Dr. Hero.
I did see that. I just didn't remember if she had it before or not.
No, actually, in the one flashback, she's wearing like a white and green shirt or something like that, I think.
I feel.
So after all that info dump, we get even more info dump with the rundown of the Baroque works people.
Yeah, we get
a grand total of 2,000 people.
I think it's more than that.
It's 2,000 plus, it's 2,000 plus the agents.
Yeah, all 13 of them. Agents. Well, all 12 of them now. R.I.P. With Crowman or Vulture.
The Vulture.
R.I.P.
That was a woman. By the way, that was the girl.
Companion.
R.I.P. The little gerbil.
R.I.P. Ma'am.
It's Mr. 13 and Miss Friday.
Also, yeah, the bird is definitely dead.
The bird is 100%.
She's big dead.
Imagine if Chopper was there when Sakura.
Oh my god!
Jesus, he could hear the screams.
Just imagine Chopper being on that island, having to talk to all the dinosaurs.
Talk to a giant.
Okay, so since we're on this topic, I'm just gonna drop this now. Next week we're doing the Chopper movie. By the way,
I actually
it's a nice little.
I know I've seen it, but I vaguely remember it.
I don't remember liking it, but that was also.
I also pretty much remember that I thought it was very mess. So
right, but before you weren't doing a podcast about it. Now you have material.
Oh yeah, because every movie we've seen so far, I've had just
it turned out to be better.
An amazing rave review for. Although to be fair, I didn't hate the first one. I liked the first one more than I remembered, to be honest.
I didn't hate the second one. I liked the action.
The movies are only good because they give me more, uses for One Piece items.
The second one looked beautiful outside of the story. I'll give it.
It looked really good. Yes, I would agree. It looked good.
Okay, so the Baroque works, and then we get what's it called? Vivi going, we must stop Chopper. We must stop Crocodile.
Chopper's the main antagonist. He is actually Crocodile. Confirmed.
He was Crocodile the whole time.
I just imagine Chopper with like a weird slicked back hair and like his like sunglasses on, holding a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah,
with crocodiles.
He's in his human form, except they're reindeers. They're not crocodiles anymore.
Yeah.
He's turned all that reindeer clan that he fought a while back into his personal bitches. And now they work for him. All the agents are actually reindeers.
They've all eaten the animal fruit,
his own type.
Or the human fruit. What's it called? We get a thing about Crocodile, and she explains who he is. Explains that he's a warlord, and the warlords are paid by the government to hunt down other pirates. So he's kind of a hero in the country.
Yeah, and was that explicitly stated yet?
Yes.
Is that accurate information? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So he's essentially a hero to that country, and she has to out him, traitor, which is going to be a hard thing to do.
He wants a civil war so he could take the country for himself.
Yep.
Wants to rise to the top.
Any thoughts on that?
Mr. 2 for a second, though?
Well, that's the last thing here, guys.
We're moving.
We're saving the best for last. Which is right now, Mr.
Which is right now, baby. Mr. 2.
Shout out.
I'm really upset that they didn't find Mr. 3 and Miss Wednesday was
Golden Week.
Golden Week. Miss Golden Week's bodies, or anything of them on that island when they showed them there.
But why do you think that is?
Because either they're not dead. They're
guaranteedly not dead. Straws don't kill people.
I think you've already answered it for yourself, Devin.
It almost makes it seem like they didn't even search the island, though, because they were under the impression that they were going to meet them halfway on their way back to Arabasta.
Yeah, no,
they didn't. So they just like docked, and Bonclay choked out a dude because they didn't ever meet them on the ocean.
Literally. Okay, can I have to for a second. I don't care what you guys do when you watch these episodes for the next podcast, but at some point, I'm begging you, listen to the fucking dub of this man for like 5 minutes. He is goddamn brilliant. I have never heard of a man who is more intimidating while maintaining fabulousness in the back of his mind.
Yeah, I haven't seen the dub, but I'd argue that the sub does that well too.
Dude,
the sub voice is also pretty good. They're both really good.
Love Bon Clay's fucking voice actor. He is the funniest motherfucker. And
great.
when he's choking out the dude, saying like, well, if you would, all I'm saying is I'm pretty sure that we made it all the way here and we didn't see them. So that would mean that they have either vanished, which cannot be true, or they passed us on the way here. Are you insulting my intelligence on this matter? I'm just like, this dude is fucking.
I'm not wrong. You're wrong.
I love it, dude. I love it so much. It's so good.
I get a little tease of that guy. I think that was it for these episodes, outside of just stupid gags.
Yeah, stupid gags.
It looks like it's a handy dandy cold time.
I got one for you. So there's a moment where Wapol is, yelling at Luffy, like, threatening him with his, political power, and how Luffy should be afraid of him because, attacking a king is, so, like it's such a heinous crime technically. And Luffy kind of blows it off by saying, it doesn't matter who's great or who's not great. After all, I'm a pirate. And it's like one of those moments where it's like, holy shit, like that's like the intensity of like it really sets the tone for like how pirates are really feared, like in most in real life, like when we're a thing, because they didn't care who you were. I'm a fucking pirate. I don't care if you're a king. I'm gonna take your shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, eat your food, and take your shit. I'm a pirate. So who are you? And yeah, that's the line that I had. It hit so nicely. And again, so the second quote, I know we already said it earlier, which is,
from the looks of this, the guy Chopper left this island and headed out to sea with is no ordinary pirate. The spirit of D. It still lives. What do you know?
Because again, it just sets so much like tone of like what the possibilities of like, just Gold Roger's like story. Because like there's so much unknown.
In the dub, she says Gold D. Roger, and I feel like that's really a hard thing to catch for a lot of dub watchers, where they'd be like, she just kind of said Gold Roger again, and it's confusing. It's really confusing there. So I'm guessing to catch the D.
Yeah, it depends on the inflection of how they say it, but in the sub, it's clearly like Gold D. Roger.
Yeah. So that's a nice thing from the sub. Christian, you got anything?
We kind of went over it before when Brendan brought it up, but I had Sanji's quote when Luffy's sitting there in absolute awe of Chopper's transformations, and Correa goes,
Your friend, what's the matter with him?
There's just so much happiness of meeting a transforming reindeer a guy can take.
It's just another like weird like little like, where does that transcended the limits of excitement? That's a big sentence for just like saying he really likes what Chopper is doing.
Really excited.
Yeah, it's like it was just so jarring as like okay. Then my other one is another jokey quote where everybody in the villagers is seeing Chopper, and everyone's like, they do that whole like monster bit where like the villagers are about to call him a monster, and then Usopp cuts them off and goes, "It's a monster!" And then Chopper runs off into the forest, screaming because he got startled. And then Luffy chases after him and goes, "Stop, monster!" All of the villagers who apparently could still hear him go, that like they do that like and then Luffy goes, "Stop." I think Tona-kun or something like that, doing like the play on the Japanese word for reindeer again. Just that whole bit with like calling him a monster brought up again just tickled me.
I have a few. I'll start with the serious one. So at the end of episode 2, when Wapples are actually defeated. Now I still hate Wapple, but at least when he was defeated, we got that little bit of that gold from Dr. Kureha. So as soon as Wapple's like sent flying in the sky or whatever, and they're all talking it over, she looks back at the flag and she goes like,
"So the Drum Kingdom was ultimately defeated by the Skull and Crossbones."
completing yet again the circle where the pirates are the ones that overthrew this country and made it get born anew. I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. And then we had as Dr. Correja was saying, as Chopper was heading out to sea and the cherry blossoms were going. I love when Correja was going like,
Now have a safe trip, my stupid son.
God damn it, it hits me.
That was good.
And then we hit to the gag one when they're all in the fucking boat. And I know we already talked about it. So at first, they're all talking and, Nami goes, oh yeah, Chopper's like a very accomplished doctor. And they're all like, yo, what? Whack. I had no idea. And then Nami goes like, talking to everyone like, well, what?
Really, Luffy? If you didn't know that, what did you think Chopper was when you asked him to join us?
The talking transforming reindeer monster.
Backup food.
I was like, bruh.
Have medicine stew, maybe.
Fucking dickhead. All right, that's what I got.
It's fine. We got chicken noodle now with that giant fucking vulture.
Yeah, in
Out of the sky.
and that thing, the little guy goes, danger, danger. And everybody's just playing cards. He's like, this is no time to play cards. There's a giant vulture in the air.
Zoro goes, did he ask for help? No, then leave him alone.
Let him do his thing, all right? He's fine.
I just like how the fact that they only react when he brings the bird onto the boat, like, and slams it.
Well, he
and
slams
messes
it
up the
down
cart.
right
They
on.
roll in their hands.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Usopp was about to win that one.
I also find it funny that Zoro's the one that responded and said, was he asking for help? Because there was a certain time where a certain green-haired swordsman happened to chase Luffy down when he got eaten by a giant bird that was flying in the sky in the prelude to Buggy. All I'm saying, dude.
Do you think Zoro,
Yeah.
if Luffy didn't actually release himself from the bird, do you think Zoro would have just let him fly away?
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows he'll
Zoro's
eventually
like,
find
this
them
is our
again.
way out. This is our way out. Let him go.
Zoro knows we just got out of a major arc. They're not going to take Luffy off now.
Zoro with the nat 20 perception of the plot, breaking the fourth wall, knowing everything's fine.
That's it, right?
Well, you preluded the ham earlier. For
Oh yeah, the golden
Norfolk.
ham. Forgot about that.
I'm inclined to agree, though. My only other, I don't know. These episodes didn't necessarily scream anybody other than the people we already knew were ham worthy, like Luffy or Chopper / Hiraluk. But my other backup to like Correja was, I guess, Dalton, because Dalton, despite like not actually really doing much in these episodes, you get that like that character backstory and development as
This is
to
Will that really
what
carries
he's been involved in and how he's affected people of this town and so on and so forth.
Right, but we usually do this on the actions taken in
True.
these episodes.
Which is why Correja is my main offer.
Yeah, I would
up.
agree.
She
She
set up-
completes the cycle with Hiraluk's wish. She has my favorite, somewhat meaningful quotes of these episodes. Not nearly as much of a banger as Hiraluk last time, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a hard bar to set.
Winner.
Devin, do you want to weigh in or
I
You all in
already
here.
said, I mentioned, yeah, might as well give it to Craig because out of all of them, like no one really did anything. I mean, besides the fact that Luffy won the fight, I don't really care for.
I wouldn't count that a fight. remember?
quote
I don't-
unquote fight?
Yeah, quote unquote one hand ass beating. Like I don't really. It wasn't really noteworthy. So it's like I guess Correa is the best, honestly, just for the send off and the.
Or do we give it to Wapple for the meme?
Stop it.
No, stop
I
it.
told you it'll happen.
Shame on you.
Our only
Shame
Shame on you for thinking. Shame on you.
We're
You should
not
feel bad.
we're not faced under the gun like we were last week, where we had to give it to Hiraluk or Chopper because
No.
otherwise would be any other choice would be a travesty. But we're not sold. We're not even that sold on Correa. It sounds like. I mean, I'm just saying.
if I'm not sold on Correa, I'm definitely not sold on Wapple. Like,
Yeah,
I'm inching towards
how
Walt.
low does the bar have to be for Wapple?
the only way Wapple works is he was so bad that he made everything else amazing. That's the only reasoning, and even then, I hate what I just said.
All right.
So Correa wins.
Yeah, she wins. On that topic, though, why don't you rank the dude now?
God, he is. I
Negative or
like the
negative?
idea that he is the barrel. That's a good. His
No,
jaw.
he doesn't even. No,
fucking
he's
jaw
not the
is
barrel
there.
because that implies that he is at the top at the same time because there's the top of the barrel. So no, he's the dirt beneath the barrel.
Oh,
He's the object that the barrel stands on.
Yeah.
God damn it, no.
No, because that gives him more purpose than he
He
deserves.
support.
he supports the barrel. I don't like how that
like
plays
that.
in my mind.
no.
Let's just throw him at the bottom. It's a really deep barrel. We'll never see him
He
again.
is the bottom.
It's a
Yeah,
really deep barrel.
he is the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah.
Alvita is
So
better
deep in the barrel that movie villains that we all forget about are above him.
or above him.
You mean you don't know? Shit, what was his name?
Iron.
The
Or the
screeching man.
Thus,
Bear or something.
The
from the
screeching
last
man.
you
You
don't
don't
know
remember
his name.
Sandman from Spider-Man 3?
What? They didn't make a Spider-Man 3. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it came out around the same time that Avatar came out.
You mean Legend
It
of
came out at
Korra?
the same time. What? No.
George,
Yeah.
you're not talking about anything. Those don't exist.
Are you from a different timeline?
No. He was talking about when M. Night Shyamalan made that Avatar movie, and then they made that really shitty cartoon adaptation.
Kill yourself.
Follow us on Twitter. Tell us.
Still ain't got that.
Don't cut that.
Tell us why the live action Avatar movie is better than the cartoon.
Yep.
Okay, well, don't. Please
I'll stand behind this. I'll stand behind it.
Oh boy, here we
At
go.
Panda Sightings. That's us. We got a new follower this week, boys.
Yeah.
We wrangled
Take it
in a
easy.
second
We don't need to
set.
dox them. We don't need to
Wrangled.
dox them.
Well, yeah. Thank you, random person,
Thank
and
you, Brandon.
and the original random person.
We'll never forget you.
We'll put something on there one of these days. We promise.
We'll find another panda eventually.
I think we missed one.
You mean besides like the drawing on the castle that was in these episodes that
Nah,
we
that doesn't
talked
count.
about because it's
Nah,
not a
that
real
doesn't
panda?
count. It's not.
Yeah, that one doesn't count. I'll
There's no
tell
hard
you it's
nipples.
there, but it don't count.
No hard nipples, was there?
No,
There were no hard
No hard
nipples.
nipples.
All right, are we good? Can I stop?
Yeah.